Welcome back to the channel. So, as you can kind of tell, look up at the sky up there, I guess. If you look up, it's kind of, the clouds are breaking up and we're starting to have patches of blue sky, but we've had rain for a day and a half. And let's go over here and take a look and see what we got. In the rain gauge, we ended up getting, so a little over almost 2.5 or 1 3/4 inches. I mean, pretty good rain, and we had 3 or 4 downpours that were pretty heavy. So my main concern was like the tomatoes I had just planted, that they would get all beat down and stuff, but they look pretty good. These are really these look good. They all look good. Now these here, I need to take these bottom limbs, at least the bottom part of this limb out here. So if you have a tomato that the branches are laying on the ground, that's not a good thing. They'll pick up fungus and stuff, pick up other microbes. That's where the diseases come from, a lot of the diseases. So yeah, I'll trim those off in a minute. Now the other stuff, you can see a patch of blue sky up there coming around. It's going to be nice, a nice afternoon. So, but we needed the rain, and I knew it was coming, so I moved the plants that I was keeping that we had out on the table out here. I moved everything in here. The extras that were out there in the bed next to us, I moved most of that stuff here. So they're all good. There may be some that need a drink. We'll check on those. I'll check on those here in a little bit. And there's the Ozark Pink. This one we gave Joanne for her birthday the other day, along with the pot. So it's looking good. The only ones that didn't do well are these guys that I left out. And they're not doing well because I thought about it and then I forgot about it. I intended to leave them out, but I forgot to take them out of the tray. So those poor dudes are drowning, man. But I think they'll be all right. I'm going to get them lifted out of here and moved over onto the mesh table over here. I'll get them over here, get them draining out, and then over in the corner I have some sticks. I'll cut one of those for each of those and get some support in there for them. I think they'll be fine. We'll know by tomorrow or so. I'm going to grab these guys a couple at a time. We'll put them over here on the screen mesh so they can start draining out. There we go. Yep. That's what it looks like when your plant's drowning. This one did pretty good. We'll still give it some support. These guys, they need to get in the ground. So somebody needs to come get these. But until they do, I should have taken them out of this thing here. I just totally spaced it off. So, okay. All right, so what I'm going to do while those are draining is get a stick cut that we can stick in here for support. We'll kind of come up here. I'll cut this one about in half, and I can use it in 2 of them. And since this is soft soil, I don't need to put it on an angle or anything. Let me get that out of the way. So let's cut that off. Good enough. That was simple enough. And then we'll take the small one here. Actually, I'm going to look and see if I have a thinner stick than those. Okay. So I'm going to put this stick in here, about right here. Push it all the way down. You see I'm getting into the, you can see the plant move, so I got part of the root system, but that's fine. So, and before I tie this up, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these little suckers out of here, out of the crocks. And then, let me get my little tape machine over here. This is just a little cheap made thing, but it works so good. Got to keep it lubricated. But yeah, it works pretty good most of the time. And you just do a part click and it grabs the tape. We'll put the tape around there and then squeeze it in, and it cuts it and staples it. I love it. All right. So click it, get the suckers out of here. And then I'm gonna put one more of these up here. Go part way around. And there we go. So they're pretty loose. I left it pretty loose. So it has room to grow and stuff. So there's one. That one should do well once it gets drained out. So let's get this guy here and do the same thing. Pop these suckers out of here. So when you're doing suckers are these things that grow in the crocks of the branches here. So you have your main stem coming up and you have your leaf branches coming off, and these suckers, they'll grow and they'll put a lot more tomatoes on, especially on these cherries, but it will get so bushy and out of hand. You really, if you have the time, I like to trim those out. You see this is a big one here. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. I don't know why I'm not keeping these plants, but I will. So that one is out there, so to keep this main stem going up and growing. And then in between here, you'll start getting you'll start getting sets in between there. So I'm putting this in on the other side since it already has a natural lean into it. And pull these two suckers off here. And I'm going to pull this one out of here. You see a big one here. So that will keep on going and it'll spread, but the cherry tomatoes really get they get a lot of limbs. When they get bigger, they start intertwining with each other and they get really tight, and it makes it hard for air to get through there, and you need to maintain the airflow. And the other thing with airflow is I have an issue with it. I have a little extra space between my tomatoes, as you saw when I planted. I probably could have put those another 6-8 inches closer together, maybe 10, but I'm in the corner of my fence here, so even if I got a breeze, a lot of times back in this corner, I don't have much of a breeze and much airflow through there. So I need to keep the airflow that I can back here, and keeping the plants further apart and keeping them so they're not too bushy. Keeping the suckers pulled off, a lot of them, really helps. We may get a little bit more rain. I don't think we'll get anything real serious, I hope. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys out. These are also, oops, hold on, dude. Got one trying to fall off the other side. These are also going to go to new homes. And keep them close together, help them stand up. These are also the cherry tomatoes. So you see how full they're getting here? And this one's actually got some, it's trying to make flowers. It's trying to flower. We don't want that until they get transplanted. Don't want that happening. Oops, see, and I tore that down a little bit. Don't like that. So we'll take those off. And yeah, as soon as I get these out, I'm starting to get a little sprinkle. But, and let's go see what we got here. I just want to be able to get back in here for a minute, and because I have some of these in the back, they're in shallow pots. These two right here are very shallow, so they're dry. So let's give them some water, and we'll let that run through. I can stick those there for right now. Oh, another thing I want to show you out here too. So one other thing I want to show you out here. So we had the rain, and so you can see the dirt and the stuff that's got splashed up on these leaves. So that could totally cause us an issue. But with the way this plant's growing right now, and I have some, it's trying to flower here too, we'll take that off. The way it's trying to flower right now, or the way it's growing and the stage it is, I want to keep some of these leaves on here. So I can actually cut this off here. It's not going to hurt anything. You can pretty much prune a tomato where you need to be honest with you. As you can see, the dirt and stuff on the back side of this is going to make, that could totally cause a problem on these. So I'm going to do that with the rest of these because that are hanging down there. I don't, for the same reason. And then this one over here is hanging way down, way too far. So that would totally cause a problem. This one here, it's not too bad. But you can see where it splashed up on the back side of these leaves. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that end off. So we got some more clouds building in the back over here. Looks like it might rain again looking at the radar. So I'm gonna move these guys back in the greenhouse so they don't get any more water on them. These guys do need a little bit of a drink. They're having a hard time standing up, but we'll get them back in there. And yeah, so that's this update. We'll do another one really soon. Keep you up to date what's going on in the garden. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hit the like button, subscribe right up here, please, and comment, share, all that good stuff. Appreciate you guys watching. I really do a lot. See ya.